You know, Mike, while we got time here, I'd like to say hello to Banjo Matthews. You know, he's been a little bit ill, and I'd like to see him speedy recover and get back to this racetrack and get around and see some people.
Banjo built a lot of winning cars in NASCAR's history.
And you know, that guy could walk around a race car and tell you more of what's wrong with it than the guy that built it.
Is that right? We're back up to the battle for fifth. Oh, Elliott climbs the hill at 24-degree banking. Here comes Morgan Shepherd.
Well, you see the outside line getting in the corner there seems to be just as fast, but you see Morgan close up the center part of the corner. The only thing about being on the outside, you get a better straightaway run when you come off wider like that. Car underneath, of course, has to watch not to get into the outside car getting off the corner.
Now let's see if Elliott can use a car as a pick. A spin at turn 2. Jimmy Spencer in a McDonald's car, and he's got some heavy rear end damage. This will bring out the caution at lap 202. Spencer moves over to the Smokin' Joe's ride next year. Looks like that left rear's gone flat, either causing or as a result of the contact with the wall. Brett Bodine tried to get a lap back, didn't make it past Terry Labonte.
I tell you, I've been trying to figure out which one of these cars really has the muscle. Terry Labonte seems to be better on the long end of the runs. You know, at the very first, Schrader's a little faster, and then Gordon in the middle part of the run, and then Terry Labonte comes on. Right now, if I had to have either one of those three cars, I'd rather have Terry Labonte's, because if it goes green for a long period of time, he seems to have the better car.
It seems like he's a lot smoother through the corners than the rest of them, than the other two cars.
Jimmy Spencer has gone to the garage. Down pit road, there's your leaders, Labonte, and then there's the point chaser, Earnhardt and Wallace.
And I love this shot. This is where it's all at, folks. The race is on the racetrack, but right here is where it's all won with pit crews.
4 tire changes all the way around. Only the lead lap cars can pit the first lap during a caution that pit road is open. Jeff Gordon gets done first.
Wow. You've seen Rusty come in about 3 seconds or 4 seconds behind the other two cars, and the right side was changed so fast that he caught up almost with the guys there that come in way ahead of him.
So we'll start out the running lineup when we come back to the North Carolina Motor Speedway after this. We're back under green. Jeff Gordon hauls him off down to the corner, and Earnhardt with a good pit stop and good pit position down at the end of pit road is up to second place. As you watch from our steel aerial platform, off turn 4, back to the start finish line. Schrader settles in third, and Terry Labonte runs in fourth ahead of Morgan Shepherd. Ricky Rudd, Mark Martin, Rusty Wallace gained 2 positions on pit road, came in 10th and came out 8th.
That's a nice luxury to have when you pass them and you don't have to do anything from the driver's seat. That's a nice feeling.
That's one thing when I was driving for the Wood Brothers. No matter how far behind, I knew when I come in that pits, I was going to be about half of them out of that pits. Because they was real sharp in the pit stops.
They were the best. They were among the teams that perfected the art of quick pit stops. Kenny Schrader's just gone past Earnhardt.
See Harry Gant there. He's running right with the leaders now. He's a lap down, but he's trying to get back in the lead lap. He and Brett Bodine are probably as fast as anybody out there right now, but he just cannot get by those lead cars.
I don't think the roof got quite higher enough yet for Harry Gant. He always likes running that up against the wall here.
Here's where your point chasers are. Remember that Earnhardt has also picked up 5 points for leading a lap. Rusty has not, and that's included in that total at the bottom of that graphic. After this race, Childress and Earnhardt leave for New Mexico. They're going to go up on a mountaintop, do a little hunting, Gotta sit and watch the sunset. Have a little fun.
You see Harry Gant moved over to the inside there. He knows that he can't get by the leaders now. I think he just give way a lot and let these front guys go at it. You know, you watch the groove now. There's a second groove on this racetrack, and you can run the high groove around here and keep up with the car right on the bottom now. That's a very important thing to make racing a lot better here. Here comes Earnhardt up under Schrader now, trying to work back into the second spot. Made it look easy. Brett Bodine, he's many laps down, but one of the fastest cars on the racetrack.
Watching this battle, you can't believe this kid's lead. Look at this. We've only been green flag racing for less than 10 laps.
That might come back to haunt him in a little while, though. That's one thing that a guy that leads a lot learns to go just far enough not to abuse his tires and all. A lot of times you get out in front like that and you try to run the car at its maximum and actually hurt it for later on in the run.
He is 3 seconds ahead of the field.
You know, buddy, a lot of times, too, you know yourself that if your car is the way it's set up, if it handles real good running fast, he's going to run fast. And if he backs off a little bit, it won't handle quite as good.
You know, Mike, the big thing right now is the sun's not out. Jeff Gordon was the fastest guy in practice yesterday with clouds on the racetrack.
That's a good point. The sun has kind of peeked in and out of the clouds today. Rusty Wallace moves under Ricky Rudd. That is for 7th place. Michael Waltrip is right there as well, now up into 8th, and here comes Todd Bodine. And Butch Mock's Factory Stores Ford. He picks up a spot.
We have a NASCAR radio report that Rusty Wallace is now smoking a little bit. That's not good. Now, whether it's tire smoke or car-related problems, I don't know, but there is smoke.
You know, buddy, I noticed a while ago coming off 4th turn, it might be that he's running so hard that the left front fender is hitting the tire, left front tire. And I don't know whether that's the smoke they're talking about or not, but I did see it coming off of 4 one time earlier in the race.
Well, I hope that's the problem, because we don't want to see him go out again. Such a heartbreaker at Charlotte and have problems running as well as he was there.
Let's check with Randy in his pit.
Well, on the last pit stop, they did remove some tape from the front grill area. Now, that can be constituted as a chassis change sometimes, too, because it will affect the handling characteristics of the car. But the water temp was fluctuating up to about 230 at times. But looking at these guys in the pits, they're not really doing a whole lot, so they're not too worried. But they're going to have to run it until it gives up anyway. So,
Randy, did they put any water in it on the last stop?
No, they did not. No.
You can see Michael Waltrip. Rusty had gotten by Michael Waltrip with no problems a while ago, and Michael's going back by him.
Schrader. Kenny Schrader, turn 2. Got way up the racetrack, and you saw how it stacked up that pack.
We have a wreck on the back straightaway coming out turn 2.
2 cars have spun there.
That's Hut Strickland turned around there.
And Dave
Marcus, rather.
Yeah, Terramite Chevy. And Dave was having a strong race. He was running 18th on the lead lap. All that happened because Kenny Schrader may have cut a tire. He really climbed the banking in turn 2, got real slow, and the whole pack stacked up behind him. What happened, the onboard fire extinguishing system went off.
Oh, man.
And something came out of Kenny Schrader's car. Drive shaft.
That's what it looks like. That looks like, yeah, you can see the oil coming out of the back of the car there. He's headed up. He probably dropped the... There it is. I guess it is the drive shaft.
Now,
well, what you see here is just a chain reaction. He got on the brakes there. Sterling Marlin did. He's spinning around. Now, you see the cars in the background there. That was Dave Marcus getting up into the side of another car there.
Mike Wallace.
That saved him from hitting the wall.
Yes. Let's go to Glenn Jarrett.
Well, Dale Earnhardt has come back in a little bit unexpected by me. I did not think he would come in as none of the rest of the leaders did, but they're coming in for a 4-tire change. I don't think Dale liked the way that set of tires worked, or he may have gotten way up high in the loose stuff trying to get around all that because Schrader was right in front of him. He's down and away after 4-tire change.
I would say if I was in Dale Earnhardt's spot right now, I would make sure I had the best of everything on that race car with the points lead that he has.
No question. Pit stops continue under this, the 6th caution flag of the day. is designed to rob the fire of oxygen that it needs to burn. It's not too good on drivers either. We're back under green.
It addled him enough that he didn't know the drive shaft had blown out of it and knocked the fire bottle. They have fittings on the end of it, and they probably knocked the fitting loose when the drive shaft tried to come up through the floorboard.
Fortunately, there's a big steel safety hoop inside that drive shaft tunnel, so that spinning around in there once it breaks loose won't do any damage.
Yeah, but it sounds like it's taking the car and sawing it in half.
It does.
And it probably did. We're back under green. Jeff Gordon is out in front. Again, Harry Gant tried to get a lap back from the leader. You're riding with Mark Martin.
Mark's run a very, very smart race today. He's right up in the front right now. The car's been competitive all day. He got almost a lap down, but he made it back up, and he's running quite well at the moment.
228 laps completed. This track measures just over 1 mile, 1.017 miles, so they run 492 laps here. Next year, this race will be shortened to 400 miles. The spring race will remain 500, but this race will go to a 400-mile distance.
I'd have won 32 of these things if they'd been 400 miles long.
I don't remember that.
Well,
I don't remember that.
You don't remember him leading that?
No, he don't remember anything. Well, he's lucky to be here.
Now you know why I like to sit by the door.
You see Morgan Shepherd there running right along with Terry Labonte. Terry Labonte's car is really great after about 10 laps, but right at the moment, Jeff Gordon is really turned up the wick, and right behind him is Harry Gant. He's trying to make that lap up.
Mark Martin racing with Rusty Wallace and Bill Elliott. Good pack there. Carroll Waltrip a lap down, and there's Todd Bodine at 75, the Butch Mott car. What a run he's had. He's up to fourth place, excuse me.
Boy, he's been in situations this year that he could have won maybe 3 or 4 races and got in wrecks that he had nothing at all to do with. This young man right here is going to write some records as he goes along in his career.
Derek Cope, something has happened on the Bobby Allison straight arrow Ford.
Well, they've had that this year also.
Yes.
Really have.
Chuck Bound started the season for them, crashed hard at Pocono in June. Chuck is still coming around to the racetracks, and he's waiting for a bit of double vision to be cured up before he can get back in a race car. At the front of the pack, Jeff Gordon. Now his lead is not as strong as it was the last time he stepped down on a restart, but it's still pretty healthy.
But he is pulling away, though, this a little bit at a time, 1 inch at a time.
233 laps are complete. Jeff Gordon leads. Terry Labonte, Morgan Shepherd, and Todd Bodine. We'll be right back.